Oh yeah, we back with another episode of The Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist. Now, we got a few things going on. Wack 100 had a lot to say. I'll be honest, Wack 100 always has a lot to say. At this time, it was regarding some of the stuff going on with what Drake had to say towards a NBA superstar in DeMar DeRozan. We also have Peanut the Squirrel. Okay, really interesting story going on with Peanut the Squirrel as they raided this guy's home the other day, the guy that owns Peanut the Squirrel, and I guess he got some other exotic animal living in there, him and his girl. We're gonna get into that and see what goes on with that, and we're gonna get into what Cardi B had to say, considering how the presidential election is, well, right around the corner. You're gonna wake up and they're gonna be in there like beep 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 boop, picking things. All right. I hope this year the computers don't break like I've witnessed in years before, where they're like, "Oh, we don't know who's gonna win this year because the computer can't figure it out." Well, hope they get it together. Okay. Now, so we're gonna get into what Cardi has to say on that topic, and I was reading some comments the other day. Yeah, it was pretty funny on the comments. They were getting on Cardi for what she had to say. But let's start off with DeMar DeRozan. I'm going to take you to that. All right. We're going to get you going with this DeMar DeRozan and Drake issue. All right. Now, I don't think they have like a beef. DeMar DeRozan played with the Raptors for years. That's the Canadian team, where Drake would often go visit the team, right, and watch the show, sit courtside, real cool. They developed some sort of friendship, I guess, or at least, to be able to chit chat back and forth. I don't know how close they really was. I doubt they were actually that close. But Drake may have taken some type of offense to the fact that DeMar DeRozan was just in the video with Kendrick Lamar on the Not Like Us video. Now, a really good song, good video. There was a lot that went into that video. I think he won like a video of the year or something like that. But a lot went into it. But for those who do not know, all right, this gentleman right here, right, who looks like he's draped out in the blue, he is, okay, from Compton, right? So for him being in this video, it speaks to, well, before we get into him being in the video, Kendrick Lamar mentioned him in a bar in the song where he was like, you need to send him back to us, right? Because he was playing for Canada. And, well, Kendrick and Drake were going through their beef, so he felt some type of way. And he was like, yo, send me back DeMar DeRozan. Now, so him getting in this video and being in it, it might not be anything big on DeRozan's part, right? Because for him, like, again, this isn't what he does. He doesn't rap. He's not a singer. And goes home. Okay? He don't get involved in much media in the mess. He don't get involved in bull crap during the games. That boy play ball at a really high level and goes home. So for him to be getting involved and for Drake to want to start something with him. Now, as you can see, Drake attended the game. Now, the end of last season, DeMar DeRozan, went to play for a new team. Now, it's been a few years since he's played for Toronto because he played for the Bulls for the last couple of years. I know he was on my fantasy team, baller. But he's been playing with the Sacramento Kings. So he is back in California, but not back in that LA area. And he ended up going out and having a game in Toronto where he played against the Raptors. Now, despite suiting up for Drake's beloved team, again, because he played for them from 2009 to 2018, I want to say he even won a championship with him. Drake felt some type of way. Now, the broadcasters let Drake come on the TV and let him talk. Not that you just let Drake come on the TV. Drake's always on the TV. And they let him talk. And this is some of the things he had to say.
treasure.
Yes, if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. That's the answer to your question. Is that what you're going to ask?
No.
Oh.
I didn't mention
Well, you
that
know
at all.
DeRozan and Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Put up a DeMar DeRozan banner, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. All right? Which it could be all fun and games, right? He does need to keep up with the publicity of things. It didn't end there, though, because Drake stared down DeRozan every time that he was near him. And at one point, he appeared to even be calling him a pussy. Yeah, starts with a P, ends with a Y. Obviously, we're going with like the lip syncing from the things, and like, you know, they didn't have no sound on that to get it. They just going off of what they're. It looked like a whisper mutter at the end of the game. Yeah, your husband, right? I don't see Drake as one of those. I'm gonna say it to your face and really cause this scene out here, right? After the show was, after the performance for everything happened.
Tonight's broadcast, Drake said, if you ever put up the DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and put it down myself. What's your reaction to that?
Well, he gonna have a long way to climb to take it down. So tell him good luck.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, bro. Thank you, bro.
Like I said, DeMar DeRozan don't really care. He don't get involved in none of that stuff. He knows who he is, and he knows where he comes from and who surrounds him with what goes on where he comes from. And I say that because the minute all of this got out, right, you all know, like I know. I mean, if you don't know, you're going to find out. There's a gentleman out there, Mr. Wack 100. He don't keep, like, he don't really do, he don't keep his mouth shut for nothing, okay? He love to talk. And this is no different. This is being no different. So Wack 100 jumps inside and gets involved in their back and forth action. Like I said, he love to talk. He got a lot to say. All right. Wack also comes from the area, and he knows DeMar DeRozan, right? He knows what's going on. Now, when DeMar DeRozan was a kid, and he used to go to the park and play ball, for those who do not know, right? The local gangs would, DeMar DeRozan was pretty much protected. They would let him do his thing. He out there practicing, just make sure he good. So he was always in good standings. All right. Everybody knew, just leave him alone, let him do his thing. He play ball, right? Which is big in his community. All right. That means that he had already garnished and gained the respect of others in the community because they knew what he was about. And I'm trying to pause that because, they're going to play it after and it's going to get messy. They knew what he was about. So let's get into what Wack 100 has to say about all of this. Because like I said, he
better chill out. I'm telling you that, right? I'm telling you that. He better kick back.
Telling you that.
Leave that one alone, nigga. I mean, shit, he mad because niggas was playing the song. I think didn't DeRozan kind of make a comment like
it was in the video.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Nigga, he from Compton, nigga, you a Prince. Bro, listen, it's a rap battle going on. It's a rap battle going on. What's the problem? My nigga.
So you heard say from Compton, Crip side, and that's why I say, like, there's a lot more that goes on behind it that most people don't know or even understand. I mean, I remember when DeMar DeRozan was playing for Toronto and he was shooting threes, throwing up signs, and nobody understood what he was doing at the time, but he was shouting them out.
And Drake should have expected that. I don't know what he tripping about. I wouldn't the nigga either, but at the end of the day, it just is what it is.
What I'm saying, it's a rap battle going on.
Yeah, nigga put you into this song and then you get in the video promoting the song. It's from this point on with me. Period. Like that's like there's no question about that. But I respect what he did it because he went with his city. That's respect. And
so we supposed to go with the Canadian. I got you.
No,
he went with his city.
I'm telling you that I salute him, but Drake also supposed to. This is what it is.
Now I ain't know what it is. Blood ain't no gangster, homie.
Man, neither is DeRozan.
That nigga ain't no gangster.
That's what we're talking about.
You better relax, nigga. Nigga, this is Atlanta gang banging. And I think a lot of you niggas think this.
So, like I said, DeRozan has been cool with the sets because they always looked out for him since he was a kid. But as far as like he was throwing up signs, but he's not out there running around doing the dumb stuff that you'll find that some other individuals may be doing. So that's why Wack is like, yo, better chill out. Don't include him like that.
This ain't no YG shit, nigga. This shit for real.
Gang bang capital.
Nigga, this is gang banging. Like, y'all, this ain't no other city do it like this city when it comes to damn other city. I don't give a what city it is. Gang bang like this city when that gang bang is on. Dude better kick back, bro.
There's a lot of politics and a lot of things behind it in their city for it.
I don't know though.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it
No, that's
100
a
with
fact.
I don't
That's
think
a fact.
Drake worried about that shit.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I'm just being real.
All
I'm
right.
just being real.
So a whole lot of niggas got money, homie. On Paru, all little homies drive FedEx trucks, homie. Yeah. We getting all the gates, dead homies. You niggas don't even understand how this shit work out here.
That's right. They drive FedEx trucks.
I don't know what you talking about. Our little sisters and little homegirls work at motherfucker boo, my nigga.
What he's basically saying is that you could be any and not know who is around you to know what set or who they with or who they claim or any of that.
Yeah, all right.
But what would make it click on?
It's different because around there, you know, it's like you grow up in an area and they click up. It's kind of how it works. They're like, oh, where you grow up? Oh, all right. So you with them, period.
Ain't really did nothing.
That
bro.
nigga
Like,
get
really.
at that man up there in Canada, they gonna click it on, my nigga. The whole continent of you, both sides. His right hand is a nigga named Runchy. That comes the Jordan Down Project. And half them niggas is kin to the niggas in the Nickersons. And half them niggas is kin to niggas from East Coast. And half them niggas is relatives to niggas from boy.
See, there's a lot going on there. So his right hand is still out there doing his thing.
You need to chill out, bro.
I don't think he should press the nigga either. I don't think I would never.
Man, that nigga ain't finna. He ain't finna let him press him.
Yeah, I don't think he should press
He
the
gonna make
nigga.
him up, and when he do something, it's gonna get hot.
You say you can't press a nigga when he out of town like that. Like that's kind of weird.
Press, bro.
Yeah.
If he go playing with that nigga, I'm trying to tell you how it's gonna go. He need to leave that one alone.
But from the shit I seen and the shit you seen, we wouldn't call that pressing.
No, he doing a little, but see, guess what? All right, so do he?
So what do you call it? I mean, he did get up there, get in his face a little bit, said a few things, kind of made a reference to track. So what's he call it? I mean, I get it. He's not all out there calling him out on social media, throwing his name out, doing this and that. But he definitely had Drake had a few words to say on national TV about it. And, you know, like I said, DeMar DeRozan handled himself with that pretty easily.
You want to go through that when he down here?
You don't
Niggas
think
ain't
he
tripping.
will?
Niggas ain't tripping. It's a rap beat. A rap song, bro. He the only nigga in his feelings.
He said Drake the only one in his feelings after all of this.
So you said Drake the only nigga tripping about the beat?
Who? Tell me who else tripping.
Everybody else gone, huh?
Hey,
He said,
Tell me
he the
who
only
else
nigga.
tripping.
My nigga Drake on heights, man. I don't know, man. He just like the nigga just been betrayed.
Tell
by
me
a lot
who
of
else
people.
tripping, bro.
It's Drake.
See, Wack 100 is one of those folks who's always offering up his take. But, you know, he isn't playing. He plays the role of the mentor, you know, to most people, and he's always giving an insight on what they should or shouldn't do based off of what goes on around them. So the talent manager who had those wise words for Drake, telling him, "Yo, look, you might want to chill out because when you come to the city, I know you got a lot of friends and a lot of people, but you already on a bad list right now. So when you come to the city, you messing with one of the city's ball players that they know in the city. You know, things might not be so pretty."
Hey, Drake say he tripping us all winning. It's so true, all winning. Can't. He ain't do that to that boy, though. That nigga DeRozan was chilling after the game, did his interview. It was all good. Now this media shit.
All right.
You know how this media shit is. Make his one thing with it, you know. Drake was just at the game, man.
Yeah, all right. Now,
Yeah, all right. Look, that's what it better be. That's how Wack is. That's how it better be.
they say he was saying shit all kind of crazy.
I think he said about the hill, but he could have been talking about the ref. He could have been.
Like I said, Wack jumped into a lot. He even jumped into the Ray J stuff with Ray J and P. Diddy's sons the other day. He's like, man, they be ready to square up. They better be ready to keep them hands ready, you know? So Wack's always throwing up his point.
Talking about DeRozan, who was right there. I
Hey,
don't
bro,
know.
let me tell you something about this city, bro.
I get it.
I ain't seen nothing stop it when they want to go. You think you on that stage? Them niggas will rush that stage, homie. Like, I ain't seen
You think you on that page, they will rush that stage.
when they made a decision to go, bro. That's one thing I can say. When it made niggas been notorious for tearing some shit up for long periods of time.
Well, he ain't lying about that. Because if y'all haven't caught it, if you ain't seen what happened after they won the World Series, all they did was tear shit up.
Gotta make it.
And I know I went out there when I was younger after they won one of the NBA championships. They was getting ready to do their like three-peat. And I got off the plane and drove down to the Staples Center and everything was tore up. And I was like, damn, it's only been a night. I flew in right after they won.
One thing with it, you know. Drake was just at the game, man.
Yeah, all right. Now, they say he was saying shit all kind of crazy.
I think he said about the hill, but he could have been talking about the ref. He could have been talking about DeRozan, who was right there. I don't know. Could have been. It could have been. I don't
Hey,
know.
bro, let me tell you something about this city, bro.
I get it.
I ain't seen nothing stop it. The stage, homie. Like, I ain't seen nothing stop it when they made the decision. Nigga, this been notorious for tearing some shit up for long periods of time.
Oh, yeah. With that, you know, I hope that nothing actually comes out later on about this. I really don't think nothing will come out of, like I said, DeMar DeRozan is one of those chill, laid-back individuals. I don't see him getting into nothing with them. I don't think he sees a point to getting anything with them. I'm on another page, so stick with me for a second while I get us back over there. Wack's gonna always be sure to throw out what he wants for his words and his advice. But with that, I want you to go ahead and let me know down below or in those comments or through the chat. Let me know what you think. Do you think that Wack was right for going out and stating what he had to state on the situation and giving those warning shots out to Drake before anything else could kind of come out from this? Or do you think he should have just minded his business? You know? It'll be interesting to see your side of it. Now, see, I clicked on here earlier and I saw this story about Peanut the squirrel. Now, Peanut the squirrel, Peanut is, well, a squirrel that hangs out with this guy, okay? Their house for this guy who's, who him and his girl, right? They've been hanging out with the nuts. Just had their house basically raided a couple days ago as agencies raided their New York farm. See the squirrel, okay? When I first read the story and they were telling us about Peanut the squirrel and the farm getting seized, everything being seized, they said that they thought that it was because the neighbors decided to call up on Peanut because I guess Peanut, I guess you're not supposed to keep squirrels. All right. I know we all got a right to do what we want, but we can't keep what we want. So he's not supposed to be keeping Peanut the squirrel. Now, he has garnished quite the reputation online with Peanut, right? Look, he's been putting, clearly they got themselves a nice little thing going. All right, look at that. He's hooking Peanut up. He's treating Peanut good. And people are mad because he got a real friend. Okay? And these are just some of the things that he's going on. I guess he's eating silky, creamy cashews with Peanut. All right? These are just some of the things that are going on. Now, they came out the other day to state that they don't think that the raid was because of Peanut. Now, they came out to say this. All right. This was right after they were raided. We're going to get into why. Oh, yeah. Don't be trying to sneak and read.
Our skin. My skin.
I know how it operates. All right.
We just learned that they have
TMZ called
euthanized
everything.
Peanut.
And the raccoon as well.
And the raccoon as well.
And they had a raccoon. Who the fuck keeps raccoons?
I am so sorry. This must be really difficult for you.
It not only tears my
Harvey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was cool with the squirrel. The raccoon, no. I'm for damn sure questioning that. I ain't keeping no raccoons. Lucky the authorities didn't get called a while ago.
my family apart, but Peanut was the cornerstone of our nonprofit animal rescue. And 10 to 12 DEC officers raided my house as if I was a drug dealer. I was sat outside my house for 5 hours. I had to get a police escort to my bathroom. I wasn't even allowed to feed my rescue horses
I don't know if he knows that's how raids work.
breakfast or lunch. I was sat there like a criminal after they interrogated my wife to check out her immigration status, then proceeded to ask me if I had cameras in my house, then proceeded to go through every cabinet, nook, and cranny of my house for a squirrel and a raccoon.
They got a search warrant?
They got a search warrant. 4 departments and a
They got a search warrant.
judge signed off on a search warrant for a squirrel and a raccoon. And then they took them.
I get it for the raccoon. Okay. I feel for you for the squirrel.
And killed them.
Why did they go through all that to get a search warrant for an animal that had been with you?
And killed them. I know it's messed up. I probably shouldn't be laughing at it, but I just saw the image of them killing the squirrel and the raccoon. And I'm like, I wonder if they took videos of it and sent it to the motherfucker.
You very safely, and the world witnessed this for 7 years. Why now suddenly did they show up with a search warrant? And
We haven't a clue. We don't know who made the complaint. Not harming anybody. He's been with us for 7 years.
When the fuck have you ever heard of an indoor squirrel? I'm just saying. Look, I believe animals can be domesticated, some. But I ain't never heard of an indoor squirrel.
Was ever filed for this animal. We had him for 7.5 years.
Let's play a game. Hamsters, right? Those are those animals where you like, ew, they ugly. Some people really like them. Okay, I guess I can have them in the house, right? A ferret. You wanted an indoor squirrel? You could have got you a ferret. Okay? They let people have them in the house. All right. That's like you telling me that Michael Jackson rat story. And like, oh, we're gonna keep the rat as our best friend.
He became the world's most famous squirrel. We weren't hiding him by any means. He was all over TikTok. He became the first squirrel on TikTok to ever hit 1 million followers. He did every news.
Who the fuck else is putting squirrels on TikTok?
Station around the world. He's helped people. He's helped kids gather joy And then we started a nonprofit animal rescue called Peanut's Freedom Farm to help animals like Peanut fight a good fight when they're in a neglected case or they're sitting in a...
Okay, I know it's not funny. I get it. But, all right. He was just said that he had a nonprofit set up to help animals like Peanut who are in a struggling situation. Now, I'm confused because I haven't met a struggling squirrel yet. I haven't met one. I've seen a lot. Okay, I could say, honestly, the only time I met a struggling squirrel was the one I watched get electrocuted when I was 12 years old on the live wire, and that thing fell down to the ground about 30 feet. So that one struggled. Probably didn't make it. No one checked on him, most likely dead. But I could say that's the only struggling squirrel that I personally have seen. I've never seen a struggling squirrel to even know what they look like.
slaughter auction. And he was the cornerstone of our life and our organization. We used his platform to help raise money for the 300 animals we have at our sanctuary.
How did you find out that they euthanized Peanut?
They haven't messaged me. They haven't given me a formal statement whatsoever. The last time I heard from the DEC was when they left my house. Another news station called me with their statement, and that's how I found. They didn't even have the heart to call me themselves to tell me what was going on. The state has more problems than a squirrel and a raccoon, and we're using our taxpayers' dollars to help take these animals out of a comfortable place, all because of some paperwork. The statement released that Peanut bit one of the people. Peanut's bitten me 5 times in 7
Damn, you ain't supposed to admit to that.
years. Peanut also is.
So Peanut does bite. That's what you said.
He's an animal that only knows me. So why wouldn't you have protective gloves on and protective equipment to allow an animal like him that to bite you? Also, to be honest with you, I don't buy it whatsoever. The fact
I didn't know about squirrels ever in my life, and when I came,
I didn't know about squirrels ever in my life. You see what I mean? I'm just saying. This person didn't know about squirrels even existing.
to Peanut a couple of years ago, like he would have never bitten me. Like he never bit me.
the complaints we're told are anonymous. So anonymous claims got the state to get a search warrant, which was signed by multiple different departments and a judge. So
that's how search warrants work.
I want to know what the evidence was that this was such a devastating thing to the community that we had to waste taxpayers' dollars and ruin a family in a nonprofit animal rescue because we have power.
Will you be?
So with the new generation of things, I mean, like he said, ruin a family, because I'm sure they was counting Peanut in as a family member. I don't see why they wasn't.
Taking some legal action?
Oh, the firefight has just begun. This needs to be used as an example of how this state uses their resources and their power. Not only that, the only source of income and donations have come from Peanut's social media. I don't know how I'm going to run the nonprofit animal rescue with over 300 animals at my sanctuary right now without the funding from Peanut.
I think this is a good start.
Yeah. My wife and I work 3 jobs to pay the other 50 to accumulate in funding a month for these animals. They just took my best friend for the last 7 years.
And we'll never bring him back.
And the sanctuary is called Peanut's Freedom Farm. And you just took Peanut out of the Freedom Farm of our organization. And everybody looked at it like it was just nothing. This is the DEC who is supposed to be helping animals out of bad cases. And you came to a case that had animals in good possession, and you took them and killed them. Not only that, you just put the entire organization in jeopardy, because I don't know how we're going to fund this organization anymore.
He can't just get another squirrel, people. It doesn't work that way.
Without this social media, I haven't a clue.
So, I'll give you a little background to this. All right, look, remembering Peanut the squirrel, because he didn't last long. So, here's the deal. Mark tells TMZ when officials showed up and asked questions about the animals, asked questions, but the questions had nothing to do with the animals. Mark says one of the first questions was, do you have any cameras in your house? It seems telling because his wife are big on OnlyFans and have on the platform. And he says he don't. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Time to backtrack. Doop, doop, doop. You said that you don't know how we gonna pay for this. It sounds like you all might want to act like rabbits and get the clapping cheeks. Okay? They already have an account on OnlyFans and have done some porn on the platform. Mark and his wife babysit some of their neighbors' children. Now that part I do find I find to be a little interesting. They don't have kids of their own. They only have these farm animals. So I wonder if one of those animals bit one of those. Said that somebody alleged the biting from Peanut, who's bitten him 5 times in 7 years. That's almost once a year. So I'm pretty sure Peanut might have got Nancy and caught somebody else's kid. And some of the sources were spoken with and think that the reference to the camera evidence is the XXX rated material was on the minds of the officials. Videos. Mark tells us he thinks that it seems that it has to do with my spicy social media presence, especially since taking the animals and they haven't taken any action against me. All right. Let's see what they say on this one.
Have you joined our truly free family yet?
No, we have not. Now, as a report, the authorities euthanized Peanut. No, they told us what they did to that raccoon, because you know that raccoon gone. Even though there was no proof that the squirrel didn't have rabies, he had bitten Mark several times and never showed any symptoms. That they got the proof? Oh, shit. Peanut as an essential element of Mark's social media, raising money for his animal.
The outpouring support has been unbelievable. It's been surreal. It just shows that these animals touched so many people. And again, it shows how disgraceful.
He ain't crying in this one like
this entire situation has been. Not only is it a bad look for the state, it's a look for humanity. Like, what are we doing with our resources and our tax dollars? What are we doing? So to your point, yes, we're going to be, moving forward with some.
Man, our resources and tax dollars are so wasted in general.
Legal action. We can't talk now as we are in the beginning stages of it, but we will be moving forward. This is not going to be the last of this.
They found a way to get some money to move forward. I told y'all they hit that site like jackrabbits.
Peanut did not die in vain. The fact of the matter is, we were heavily mistreated. There were so many violated constitutional rights in this situation that it's not even funny. And the simple fact of the matter is we did all of this for a squirrel and a raccoon. It just shows kind of the state of where New York is, where we have so many things to worry about, but somehow we had enough manpower and resources to. Not only are we going to be filing some legal battles, but getting over the past couple of days has been something that I'll never forget. I haven't stopped crying since, the day happened. And a large portion is for Peanut, but it's also cheers of happiness and joy. It just proves that, social media can be good at times. You can bring a lot of joy and a lot of happiness to people who you've never met before, all because of little squirrel and how he brought so much happiness to this world. And for it to just be taken away for the goal, what was the result here? We didn't have a bear. We moved to a small town in New York.
Man, you had a better chance with the bear.
We're not even from here. I'm from Connecticut. My wife's from Germany. We moved to New York State thinking this was going to be nothing but
good luck.
A small town that has 1,800. Questioning why I even moved here. You know, I've been years of my life, I had a squirrel. Not a single official from any state that we were in ever reached out to say we were violating something. Yes, the laws are the laws and paperwork is paperwork. But again, we didn't house a dragon.
Again, you might have had a better chance. Now, with the squirrel in Connecticut, I'm going to be honest, no one's going to give a shit.
We had a squirrel and a raccoon who apparently bit somebody. I've had people travel the country and even the world to meet Peanut, and he has never bitten anybody. And also, as a state of
You just said he bit you 5 times.
Official and a police officer, wouldn't your guidelines be to wear PPE and protective gloves when you're picking up animals that you've never met before? You're going to explain to me that this animal bit you, and because it bit you, we needed to terminate its life immediately? When we see cases like this, where the animal was housed, it was sanctioned, it was rehabbed, it was quarantined.
So animals and people, well, they're a little different. So sanction, rehousing, quarantining, a little different.
We didn't get.
It's not a dog, it's not a cat. And even then, once your dog or your cat has been in those situations, even then, you still question, will they do it again?
Due process whatsoever. They took our animals, they ransacked our house, and they went and they killed them. And they didn't give us a statement whatsoever. The DEC in the state of New York still hasn't contacted us about any of the information that's happened. We found out that Peanut died through another news station. That's how much this New York state believes in their people.
Yeah. So hopefully they get that figured out. All right. And they can stop crying. Obviously, it was a loss. You know, Peanut did so much for the community. Look at this. Okay. They were just so happy together. So he's going to be hurting. All right. But he going to jump right back on that only this miss money. And for those of you who have been donating and supporting, I'll go out there and say thank you for him. All right. You just bought him some new cameras, oil, so that he can do his thing to make some more money. You see other interesting events going on from people in New York. I would have to say, and as for those who don't know, okay, or haven't been paying attention, like I said, your campaign trail's coming up. It's pretty much going to be over, and I hope that we can get it all figured out and no computers make any mistakes when they count these votes, because they seem to find a way to do that type of shit every other year regardless. So believe me, if it comes out and they say, oh, the computers are fucked up and we couldn't figure it out, guess who's not surprised? I'm not. Okay, I won't be surprised. Now, Cardi B did go out, though, and whenever this loads up, we're going to see what she had to say as she went... Oh, come on. As she went out campaign for Miss Harris on Friday night. I don't know why it's acting like that. We're going to let that sit. Let's see what she said.
At my lowest, I was barely...
Now, plenty of people are campaigning for Miss Harris. All right. I don't want y'all to sit there and think that I'm trying to tell you who to vote for, because I'm not. You do what you want. I'm just going to let you hear what she had to say. And best believe, I was reading some of the comments that came with this. They were killing Cardi in the comments, man. Don't nobody believe her decision or what she got to say. So the rapper explained passionately. So, you know, when it comes to this ish right now, I let you know what I've been waiting to say, but I had to make sure I ain't forget. So I wrote all this ish down. I'm glad you wrote it down, Cardi B.
Harris, I too.
Let's see. What she...
I'm gonna make sure I deliver it right. Because I got something I've been wanting to say for a long time. I've been saying it on Twitter, on my Instagram, and I'm ready to tell it to you now. Y'all ready to listen? All right, now. All right. Just like Kamala Harris, I too have been the underdog. I've been underestimated. My success belittled and discredited. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Women have to work 10 times harder, perform 10 times better, and still people question us how we got to the top. They be like, how she got there? Hold on, let me warm up. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I can't stand a bully. But just like Kamala,
Cardi be bullying motherfucker. Let me get up off.
I always stand up to one. All the time, I'm ready for him.
You ain't seen Love and Hip Hop? Have you not seen Love and Hip Hop with Cardi back in the day? All right? Don't tell us you can't stand bullies, Cardi. We watched you, Debo.
Yeah. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I wasn't going to vote this year. I wasn't. But Kamala Harris joining the race, she changed my mind completely.
That's because the same people cut the checks.
I'm not giving Donald Trump a second chance. Nope. I'm not taking any chances with my future, and I'm damn sure and taking no chances with the future of my children. All three of them. All three of them. I'm not giving him the chance. You're not giving him the chance. Yeah. I'm with Kamala.
This girl's reading this shit from her phone? Look, all right. As y'all can figure it out, my reading hasn't been the best either. Okay? But she wrote the speech.
I believe in her.
Or did she?
In America, I believe in you to turn out on Tuesday. Turn out and turn up on Tuesday.
That's tomorrow.
Turn the page and let's win this thing.
You got some people going, oh yeah, I'm running out to vote now. Cardi B said it. We trying to see if this one comes up and plays for you so we can see what she said. Let me reload the page and see if that makes a difference. Because this is what she went out to state afterwards. Like, she was proud of herself. And listen, all right. She makes a good point on people having to work 100%. To get to where you want to go, you got to. And yeah, you do got people who be like, oh man, how'd you get that? How'd this happen? I can't say that's not the case because come on, man. What are we doing? I'm trying to get y'all to see what's going on with what Cardi had to say with this one. Now, Cardi went on to admit, even talking about how she rehearsed in the shower for these important moments. And I'll be honest, Cardi, it didn't show. But sometimes blanks when it comes time face-to-face speak. Absolutely. But you know what? You did all right. You did all right. She has been promoting, that was over there, but she was promoting her in other places as well. And she's been promoting her. I'm trying to hear what Cardi B had to say about her own self and her own little success. But for some ridiculous reason, they're not giving that to us. They won't give it to us. And I'm not going to hold. If it pops in on this one, you seeing it. If not, well, I'm going to let you enjoy the day after that. Because I also don't have the one that had all of the comments up right now. Instagram, where I was reading it 2 days ago. DJ Ack had posted something up with Cardi B, and they're like, yeah, well, if you're taking political advice from her, I would definitely question a few things. Oh, yeah, Cardi, she's going to make me run out and vote right away. Oh, they didn't play around with her, No second chances. This thing's taking 4 years just to show us the ad. Like, come on. That's ridiculous. All right. We got another divorce happening. That was Peanut. What we got? So you got you got Cardi B going over there for Trump, and you got Danica Patrick going after the celeb support for Kamala. And let's see what she says. Jones. That's right.
I made a rule that if I didn't vote, I wouldn't say anything, and I never did. You'll never find me speaking about politics in any way until now. Because when I decided that I'm going to vote, now I'm speaking, and I'm not paid to be here. I don't have a teleprompter. I'm winging this right now, everybody. I don't need a telephone. I never went to a Diddy party. I'm doing this because I love this country. You literally get 6 presidents when you pick him. You get Donald Trump. You get J.D. Vance. You get Bobby Kennedy. You get Tulsi Gabbard. You get Vivek Ramaswamy. And you get Elon Musk.
She had her sell point on that. All right. Pause that. So Quincy Jones dead at 91. This is breaking news, right? Because like she just said, those Diddy things are going on in them Diddy parties, and Quincy's dies prior to these cases coming up. I find to be interesting because I know Quincy had his hand up a butt or two. All right, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Everybody you see listed on the bottom, he had a fist up or let them touch. Quincy worked with Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra, Will Smith. Huge, right? He had all those rights on Will Smith show for years. They said that he was doing a little touching to Will Smith too. That's how he rests. And that, now we know that if his name gets brought up in the Diddy stuff, guess what? It won't matter. No one's going to care. All right? The Cardi thing still hasn't popped up for me. Going through the rest of TMZ, Kanye West riding around in Tokyo, eating McDonald's on a burger run. With his boo thing, who they always got in the media showing off her clothes. I know Kim sit at home going, damn, how the fuck she always in the media? Yeah, I love Kanye. How he still always in the media? Anyways, with that being said, we hope that you enjoyed. Hey, listen, Peanut the squirrel, that situation will get solved out in some funny, interesting manner. Peanut's dead. His raccoon's dead. He probably got a couple horses and some videos he's going to have to make sure that everything goes the way it should. Hopefully Drake keeps his damn mouth shut and that Wack 100 don't keep coming out getting on his ass. And he takes his advice, because if not, well, if he do all the wrong shit, he might be joining Quincy. And they ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just saying out there. With that being said, I want you to enjoy the day. We'll be back on later on for a double up to see what else has happened. Over here, thank you for stopping in on the Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist. Hey, if you vote, don't forget to go vote. I'm not here to sway your decision. I could care less who you pick. That's up to you. Most people are going to tell you they're going to pick one person and then they're going to pick somebody else at the polls anyway because they don't want you to know. Whatever is what it is. All I ask is you enjoy the day. Peace out.